Oh, hi there. How you guys doing? Well, today's video is going to be about a discussion that was started about in my last video. Long arm laws in the state of Connecticut. So, this video is going to be more or less based upon your permit to carry. So, with that being said, I do have 4 weapons on me. As you can kind of see one of them, yeah. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what the permit says, what the law says, and any kind of other information. And what we're going to do is talk about another topic that's been widely talked about, and I'm going to raise a question to the officers. You know, it would be honestly nice to see the reactions to the officers' questions, or the officers' reactions to the posting in this video. So, now with that being said, I've talked to the state police, I've talked to a couple local polices, I've also talked to a couple NRA instructors. So you know what, there's basically the same information anywhere you go. Now, your permit to carry does not state that you have to carry concealed. So yes, by rights, anywhere in the state of Connecticut you can open carry, right? Okay. Now with that being said, another piece of information. So that means you can walk around with a 45 with a 5-inch barrel and nobody can say a word. You got that right. That's what the permit says. So with that being said, you know, I didn't want to really test this theory. I'm doing this in the house, but I'm showing you a couple different ways that you can at least carry. So, way number 1, open carry outside the waistband holster. Right? Springfield XD subcompact 5-inch tactical. I love this little 45. Next weapon. Kimber 1911. We all know and all love this weapon, right? This is actually one of my winter pieces. So, we will place that again in a safe direction. Next piece that I'm going to pull out. Glock 19. This is actually done in an inside the waistband holster. So, now with that being said, no, I'm not stripping, I'm actually taking off the holsters for another reason. So, normally when I'm in my car or on my bike, you know, if I'm carrying it on an inside the waistband holster, I'm going to take my Glock or my 40 and I'm just placing it here for just the video's sake. This is the way I choose to carry. You know, with the shirt tucked in, especially if I'm on my bike or something like that, because I've got a vest or I've got a jacket over me. Okay? Back pocket, I know it has my wallet and every other piece of information I need. So, if I'm on my bike or in my car, this is the way I'm carrying, especially if I'm in my car or something like that. Now, with that being said, I'm going to take off this weapon. I'm going to pull out my last one. Ruger LCP. Nice little handy toy. Yeah, this I normally more or less keep on my ankle. It doesn't disappear from my side. Now, just to prove. Now, what does the law state? Well, the law does not state that you have to carry concealed. What the law actually says is roughly you can carry any way you choose, but it is up to the officer's discretion on how they want to handle the situation. So, with that being said, honestly, if I'm on my bike or something like that and I get pulled over, especially if I'm in my car, my shirt's tucked in, they can see the handle. I'm automatically informing the officers that I'm carrying just by keeping my hands on the steering wheel, locked like so. Keeping them away from my side. When the officer comes up, I'm telling him I have a firearm on me. He's going to ask you, where is it? It's on my right hip. And yeah, it's basically the way that situation gets handled. Now it's up to the officer's discretion on if they want to detain you or if they just want to be really cool and just say, all right, go for your wallet. Where's your wallet? Back right pocket. You've already answered his questions. You're being truthful and you're not lying. You're telling them exactly where your firearm is. You're telling them where your wallet is. You're getting your information. Now, normally what I always do is I always hand them my driver's license and my permit at the same time. So you can actually run both. Now, the way that the law is also written, there is no law that says how much you can actually walk out of your house with. There's no law that says that excuse me. There's no law that states that you cannot walk out of your house with 20 weapons on you. So, honestly, I feel kind of funny walking around in open public with a long arm on me. Yeah, especially my M4. I'm sure that would get me 1 or 4 evil looks. So, now there is another law that was put in place right when I got my pistol permit. And, I searched high and low for questions, or for the answer for this question. And the question is, are you able to carry in 2 towns that are marked you're not able to carry in? Those towns are New Britain and New London. Well, the way that law basically works out is that state law supersedes city ordinances. So yes, technically you can carry in those 2 towns. Yeah, they might give you a little bit more evil looks, but you're still able to carry. Now the next question. Well, what typically happens when you get pulled over if the cop wants to detain you? Well, almost every time I've ever been detained, I've never been able to touch my weapon. Typically what they're supposed to do is have you draw the weapon, pick it up like so, and hand it to them. I've had a few different mixed reviews on that, so I've never had that happen. Most of the time I've actually had one cop actually reach in, grab it. Yeah. Now, for the cops that actually do strip it down, what ends up happening is a lot of times, excuse me, what ends up happening is you're going to get detained, you're going to have handcuffs placed on you, and by all means, they are not comfortable. No way. So I've been in them once or twice, especially with my day job. It's happened quite a few times. Now, what ends up happening is if they choose to detain you, they're going to put you in handcuffs, they're going to put your hands behind your back, they're going to search you, take off not only your weapon or weapons, they're going to go through your pockets, they're going to pull out your blades. So now you are completely disarmed, right? Okay. Well, then what they're going to end up doing is that they're going to run your license, they're going to run your permit, and then I've had this happen quite often. I've actually had cop officers, when they ran my permit, they go to hand me back my weapon, instead of putting it on my front seat or what have you, they actually put it in the trunk. Stupid. You know, why is it that they're taking the weapon off of you and then putting it away from you? Yeah, I can understand from a safety standpoint. I was actually in Meriden, and the cop actually made me holster it after he handed it back to me. He made me holster it right in front of him, so he knew it got holstered. He knew it was put safely away. State police out by, say, Windsor area, Windsor, Bloomfield, somewhere right around there. They didn't detain me. They stripped me of my weapon, and then they ended up putting it in the trunk. East Windsor, I'm not going to get into that town, because you know what? I've had nothing but bad luck in that town. Actually got pulled over right in front of the guns, or right in front of Riverview, I think it was. Yeah, Riverview Guns. So that one I was probably made the talk of the town. New Britain, I have been detained, and that was more or less for an hour, and that was during work. Yeah, my boss, yeah, I'm not going to get into that subject. But in this case, I was not only detained, but I was also put in the back of a squad car. Kind of excessive, but you know, it happens. But now my question is to you officers. You know, why is it that you are taking the weapon, not only after you take off the weapon, you know, I can understand you're going to take it off, you're going to run the weapon, you're going to run the serial number, you're going to run the permit, a whole 9 yards. But the thing that really gets me is, why do you take the weapon, and instead of giving it back to the person where you know it's going to be safe, you're going to put it in the trunk? Better yet, why is it that you choose, that some officers actually choose to detain our people that are cooperating? Yeah, those are a couple questions I'd like to have answered. I don't know if they ever will, but, you know, that's a different day. But yeah, we went over the law, at least what the law states, you know. So by rights, yes, you are illegally able to carry openly in the state of Connecticut. We have discussed, you know, what happens. You know, it's a little bit differently. So, you know, by all means, if you do choose to carry openly, beware of the consequences. You might have the cops called on you once or twice a day. So that's why the NRA instructors always recommend that you just carry concealed. Yeah, it's just a safety concern. That's all. We talked about those 2 towns that you are supposedly not able to carry in. I've told you some of the experiences I've had. I didn't really want to get into too many details because yeah, I've still been, that's another topic altogether. If you want, one day I can actually open up the camera and I can tell you about a couple of times I was detained. Ugh. So, anyways, with that being said, yeah, I'm going to turn off the camera. I'm probably not, I might upload this today, tomorrow, or at the very latest on Tuesday. I might just set it to upload tonight. So, anyways, with that being said, I do thank you guys for watching. Please definitely comment, you know, rate if you choose to. Yeah, it would be interesting to see some of the comments that I get, especially from the officers, because you know what, this is a little bit of a touchy subject. So, especially if you are an officer, you know, and at least in the state of Connecticut, you know, it would be nice to see some of your reactions to this video, such as, well, what happens, why is it that you guys choose to do one thing over another? Yeah, it would be nice. Well, but anyways, with that being said, I got some things I gotta get done, so y'all have yourself a wonderful day, have yourself a wonderful evening whenever you guys are actually watching this, and I'll talk to you guys later.